yeah, straight through. Lunar Rush onto the minion to get in range there back. Lunar Rush reactivated. Moonfall going to bring in 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, the captain, 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Gaming. Going to go down. Ignite taking on 𝐷𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 still gets the last kill, last speak in that bot lane, but ultimately it's a double kill for the Diana. Will he get it? Cyclone going to be popped first of all, but the Woodman's going to be lead by the Kassadin. Okay, the Shen's going to get in action. Double taunt go through, but the Kassadin is huge. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 doing things, waiting for the cooldowns to come through. World has to flash out in there. 𝐷𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 going low as well. But the Shen's going to pick up a double kill for himself. That's a triple on the 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. Oh my good God, that's a quadruple 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 hits the kill! Still trying to kill World. World's still walking out.
He wants it.
Committing absolutely everything, but you forgot there's a wood glove.
Let us fight this.
Okay, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Gabe going to be taking it in Realm of Darkness, which means that Yugi is going to be online. Cyclone going to be called here. 𝐷𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 completely ignored. He's going to delete the opposing AD carry. That's Mordekaiser on the board. So then my Godfrey's going to pick that one up. Teleport comes in from this Syndrome. Oh, Scar of the Week actually lands on Trundle. SMD, this game sucks. You're right. This game does suck because you're going to be sent packing. It's unfortunately
the blast coming out immediately.
My Dropsy is going to buy enough time, but unfortunately going to get Scar of the Week again. World on point with every Scar of the Week. Blast code sends him to infinity if he ascends to his third death of the game. They're committing everything to try and prevent this. King Proud goes in, going to root up the rest of the team. Slow down my drop side for sure, going to go down here. Great bandage toss back onto Bowlers. The MVP of last game going to flow. Another kill into the Kassadin, 9th kill of the game. 7,000 on that Baron. Unfortunate waiting, praying. Yorick accompanied by the Vex in that bot lane. They don't have to worry about that fear. The Baron's still being taken down very slow. 4,000, 3.5 right now on it. Diana, when's she going to go across? There she goes, Crescent Strike over Lunar Rush. Where's the smite? Is it going to come through? Still being deleted. The Baron! Unfortunate goes huge for his team, but the rest of his team will be withered to the wind.
Should have known.
What the hell was it? Report Kaiser. Was that BN? I don't know what it is. The ultimate right across the elite to Kaiser. BM this. They're going to go into the rest of the team, and this looks like a for sure victory for 𝐻𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 Gaming. They're still chasing. World going to get the damage straight on him. 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 deletes him off the face of the Rift. SMD, this game sucks. Welcome to the Rift. Welcome to the League of Realms. Tanking the turret off behind his game. Walks forward. Unfortunate burn off into his own jungle. Going to get the heal up by SMD. Is going to be taken down. As they trade over respectfully. Ballers tanks the turret shot. Oh my God, both of these teams neck and neck. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here with the pentakill hero for Anarchy boys. It's 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. Welcome to the caster desk. It's been such a pleasure to cast over your games. How does it feel coming back to the SCL with such a bang?
I mean, I think it feels pretty good. I'm kind of sick right now, so I told Oak that I didn't really want to play that bad, but he needed me because apparently 3 of our team members were missing today. But I mean, it feels good to get a couple of wins. I didn't think I played that well in game 2, but I'm not really used to playing the Slaughter that much.
We definitely seen Freak that he can transition, right? It was the Kassadin which was a monumental performance. We've seen those solo kills in the first game, and then the Lissandra didn't work out, but they let the Kassadin go through again, and man, did they pay the price.
I do recall that too, because I had mentioned early partway through the second game, is like it looked like you weren't as comfortable on the Lissandra, but apparently it didn't matter, because granted, I imagine you do have quite the sizable champ pool. I mean, Lissandra's not one of those champions you'll play too terribly often anyways, but that Kassadin, I imagine with the Rod of Ages coming back into the game, you looked like someone who used to play Kassadin a lot previously up till that was taken out of the game, and now that it's back, you seem like you just haven't lost it on it.
Yeah, I think Kassadin is kind of still I think it was in a decent spot before, and I think it's still in a good spot now. I think it just plays well into a lot of AP champions, and I noticed that their mid laner plays almost exclusively AP champions, so I was fine just blind picking Kassadin and just banning the things he was good at, like Ahri and Vex.
And then I have one more.
Yeah, hit him with it, dude.
The shot calling for those last couple of fights, because I was talking about it Because Horizon actually got the jump on you guys twice in a row. I was like, oh my god, I need to know like what's going on with the shot calling. But then you guys with the counter into their last engage ended up annihilating them and helped you win and take this series. So like, what was going on in the comms there? Like, who was calling the shots during that last fight?
I think that for the last fight, I decided to pull the trigger because I see the Syndra that's right in front of me with just the rail there. I think I can either one shot the Syndra or force him to Zonias, which I mean I ended up forcing to Zonias, I think. And then I have my own Zonias for when the Aphelios walks up or when the rail tries to CC me, so I wasn't really that worried. I knew my team was right behind me, so I figured if it's like 5v2, 5v3, it's probably okay to take the fight. And then the other two fights where we got initiated on, I think we just were a little bit we had too many miscommunications where I think it's just one or two people stepping forward too far. Well, I'm not, and I'm usually nowhere near the fight, or I'm not ready to like I'm not a spot to flank yet, and they just pulled the trigger. I mean, it's good for them. I think they shot called the other team shot called pretty well. They noticed that I'm not near my team, or that I'm trying to flank them, and so they just pulled the trigger and going down the rest of my team.
So, with that being said, McNutt, as I will formally and professionally call you right here in this call, we've seen such a transition and really what Anarchy Boys can hold. Now, you guys did have 2 substitutions, you being one of them, and you slotted in very nicely. Like, it didn't even seem like the chemistry was off either way, and I already know the history of what you can do, especially on certain champions, the assassin champions that you like to play. Not giving too much away because I believe it or not, McNutt's champion pool is an ocean. It's very hard to ban this guy out. And now I just want to put it to you. So what was the thinking behind picking that casting? Because like Freak said, it's really something that we haven't really seen in competitive 5v5 on the amateur circuit for a while now. And since these changes in preceding, did that actually dictate picking this champion, or did you have others in mind?
Oh, I mean, I think that I just did a little bit of scouting beforehand. Well, not like I just looked at his OPGG and like his champion mastery stuff, and I saw that like all of his most played champions were AP champions, and Kassadin does well into almost every AP matchup. So I think that Kassadin was always a good pick there, as long as we could. I was asking the first rotation in game 2 as well, but I was told that we want to play something else, which I was fine with. But I think Kassadin is just always good into maybe this particular player because like I don't think he plays a lot of 80 champions. Maybe it seems to me like from the basic scouting I did, he didn't play a lot of 80 champions. He just plays like mainly AP or just like ranged mages.
Well, from that, Freak, do you have any questions for our pentakill god that's joining us on the caster desk? Any other information you want to try and reap from him before he gives too much away here?
So very, very last thing I will ask. So obviously this has good implications into playoffs and whatnot. How confident are you going into it? That's the question I always love to ask a team as they go into playoffs. How confident are you guys? Even though I know you're not the starter, but let's say they keep you on the team, and like, are you confident enough to like help this team through the postseason?
I mean, I think that if I have to play, I will play. I told our team owner before the season started, like I'll just be an emergency sub if you ever need me. I'm pretty like I've known a lot of the people on the team for like I don't know 8+ years. I've known the starting mid laner for like 10 years, just like through video games. So I think we're all pretty cool. If I need to swap in or like he needs to sub out at some point.
Okay.
And with that, McNutt, do you have a message or any other things to shout out here? This is your stage, man. You earned the performance. You're definitely the MVP of that last game. We do want to give you a platform. Any other messages to the rest of the league? As you guys are probably 90%, you secured playoffs here today.
Oh, I mean, I think that playoffs is going to be. I think that if all of our starters decide to show up and play pretty well, I think that playoffs should be pretty good for us as long as we shot call well. Like I think there were a couple of times today where I said like we overextended and we weren't always on the same page. I think if we just cleaned that up, I think that mechanically we're good enough to play with any team in the league. So I'm pretty confident in our playoff odds.
Well, I want to say congratulations. It's been a pleasure as always. As you know, John, it's always good to see you on the desk one way or another. But that does wrap up our game. That wraps up our series. And Anarchy Boys, there's been several people saying it. It's Anarchy Boys season. Will that transition into the playoffs and into the final and everything else in between? You'll have to stay tuned because SCL will give you this action all day long, baby. You need to stay tuned and make sure that you know when the next games are going live. But for me, it's Lamb, and of course, we are debuting Freak tonight, who has been essential in breaking down what happens in the series in a best of 3 where we get 3 games. It doesn't get much better than that. And hopefully, you might see me and Freak some way or another throughout this season, and you only have to stay tuned to SCL to find that out. So, good night from me, good night from Freak and our production team.
Peace.